let's put it this way. So you've just watched the video about, you sat through all that, about how minds change. Well, I mean, from the book, page 76 through 79 we looked at. All right, let me put it really simply. The brain makes a whole lot of, maybe even most of, I guess depending on what kind of thing you're talking about, but definitely a whole lot of choices before and beyond those which it can engage with. Yeah. There is activity in the brain that the rest of the brain doesn't really engage with. Can't really. There just aren't really the connections there for much of a discussion to be had, for instance, about our heart rate. Then again, I mean, I guess if you're a monk or something, you've maybe forged or strengthened or whatever those connections, if you are able to really experience your heartbeat in a sort of almost decisive way, to slow it down, okay, maybe even they're able to, maybe even with these new connections, there is some record even kept of those changes in heart rate, because there were other pieces, including memory pieces, that were engaged with it. But for most humans, and so I'll repeat it. What quantity should I give it? A significant amount? I don't think I can go as far as most. I have no idea, actually. I don't know whether it's a 30-70 split. I mean, no. Either way, whatever number, whatever percentage of voices that happen, or mechanisms that happen before and beyond those that can be considered in the brain, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking about a political belief, let's go 60%. Okay, okay, half, let's say, of the choices that you make. So one way of phrasing this, half of the choices that you make are before and beyond the choices you remember, or the choices you can think about, or the choices you're aware of. Any one of those would be good. And then biologically, just replace with the word the brain. Half of the choices made by the brain are inaccessible to the brain. I mean, I guess there's lots of ways to phrase it. We could spend, yeah. What I'm trying to say, the original one was a lot of, well, I'll just keep it at a lot of the choices the brain makes, the brain makes, most of the choices, a lot of the choices made by the brain are made before and beyond the choices it can consider. So I can maybe be aware of some of my thoughts, some of what may have led me to a certain behavior, and it's gonna seem like I have access to everything. It's gonna make perfect sense. I'll have the perfect narrative, perfectly coherent narrative of my behavior. But the reality is that I'm missing very important things that ran, that just aren't set up in such a way that they are part of this experience that the brain is having now. Whatever the cool voices are that are the experiencing ones, or the ones that are connected enough for there to be that enough cross-modality to reach experience, to be qualified as experience. So